Hello there folks and welcome back to Strategy Command, or shall I say rather welcome to Strategy Command American Civil War as we begin our fight to the last bullet against Confederacy this time around. So let's choose the correct side. Union. Nice. Fog of War because for obvious reasons. You know what? Let's give it a go with national colors as well. I'm still wondering about the industrial modifier situation. Why isn't it? Why does it not show properly? But well, we'll see about that, or we'll figure it out as we go. So let's go, folks. Let's go. Blind run begins now. Blue and gray. That's kind of an exciting feeling, to be honest. Okay. Fort Sumter has been bombed. It's quite quick. Secession of Virginia. Richmond. We need to take the coming capitals. Anti-war Democrats and Confederate sympathizers riot in Baltimore. Poor city. Let's go! 75,000 volunteers. Blockade has been proclaimed. Welcome, Mr. President, to the American Civil War. At present, men of the border states have not yet joined the war, and in coming terms, you can expect the secession of Arkansas, Tennessee, and North Carolina. The situations in Missouri and Kentucky are less certain and can be influenced by diplomatic investments, events, and invasion. So, in other words, do not bother with Arkansas, Tennessee, and North Carolina diplomatically because they will join Confederacy, or shall we call them as they are commies, on their own. But Missouri and Kentucky might join our side. Victory in this war will depend on your ability to maintain the public's fighting spirit, so it is important to capture as much ground as possible, especially locations marked FS Fighting Spirit Objective. If this is your first time playing, hello, we strongly recommend you read through the game's strategy guide. That's for the weak, we do not do that here. Here we have provided some tips and tricks to help you plan your campaigns, blah blah blah. Although we encourage you to try out your own strategies as well. Strategy Command American Civil War Team. Let's go! Mr. President, the enlistment of tens of thousands of volunteers has placed unprecedented demand on our arsenals, and our quartermasters are reporting that a shortage of weapons is imminent as pre-war stocks are depleted. While in the long term we expect increased production at our facilities in Springfield, Massachusetts to supply our forces, mobilizing these resources will take time. Of course, there is no map here, but I wonder whether those are mines or something along those lines, or cities. While in the end, Plus on the side here, one of the biggest issues with strategic command games in general is that those decision events and other, like, how to put it, events that occur in game in that form are pretty much only happening in a great amount in the very first few turns, and later it just drops. So hopefully in this game the flavor events will happen continuously throughout the game, and decision events as well. Okay. While in the long term we expect, to alleviate these shortages, our quartermasters have begun sourcing weapons and ammunition from markets in Europe. For the next 10 turns, until the end of September 1861, you will receive 200 MPPs each turn. As this equipment reaches our shores. That's 2000 MPPs overall, that's a great sum. Commanding General, US Army. Hopefully you are an HQ, my folk. Secretary of War Simon Cameron. The state of Missouri is deeply divided, so it was Missouri and Kentucky that are on the sides, according to decision events. Although much of the state's population seeks to remain neutral, Governor Jackson sympathizes with the rebel cause and may attempt to take his state out of the Union. In order to prevent Missouri's secession, we can order federal forces into the state to secure the St. Louis arsenal and then crush any secessionist militias that may be raised by Governor Jackson. This would ensure that Missouri joins the Union following the occupation of Jefferson City. Joins, is rather forced into the Union, although our bold action will surely cause some alarm in the neutral state of Kentucky. If we keep our forces out of Missouri, the state will remain neutral until the state government votes on the issue or it is invaded. As long as Missouri remains neutral, we will also receive grain shipments worth half of the state's MPPs each turn. Would you like to order our forces into Missouri or maintain the status quo? Let's take a look at notes. Seizing the St. Louis arsenal and occupying Missouri is the only way to guarantee that the state will never secede and join the Confederacy. So it is generally recommended that you say yes to this decision. If you say no, Missouri will swing for 30 to 40% toward the Union. Following this, Missouri will secede and join the Confederacy only if it is ever more than 0% pro-Confederate due to Confederate diplomatic activity. From July 1st, 1861, Missouri will drift towards the Union and will be expected to join the Union towards the end of the year upon reaching 100% of mobilization. Saying no will also result in the creation of the convoy route between Jefferson City and Chicago. So there are convoy routes, inland convoy routes as well, it seems. Saying no will also result, saying yes will cause Kentucky to shift 10 to 20% toward the Confederates, although this on its own will not cause that state to secede. Historically, Union forces under Nathaniel Lyon seized the St. Louis arsenal and had effectively crushed the Missouri State Guard by July. So in other words, Missouri most likely, we can either invade Missouri, commit forces that I probably do not have. I have 3 units. NHQ. Fremont 3. No wait. Rating of 3? Wow, that's bad. Jesus Christ. So we can commit forces that I do not have to go after that. And they will join with their forces on their own. Let's take a look. So Missouri, how are you looking? That's plenty of MPPs that we gain from here. Do we have any mines? No. Or we can wait, let them join us, most likely for free, and commit our forces elsewhere. And Kentucky will not be swinged as well. I mean, that's a no-brainer now. Let's go. Comfort Washita Garrison. So Texas is the Confederacy and will be quite surrounded, to be honest. Do you have any mine in Kentucky, I wonder? No. Anyway, let's go. Before the beginning of the rebellion, most of our small army was stationed at the various ports across the western territories. Although most of these garrisons are located in areas far from the rebel states, and thus will play no part in this war, those located in the Indian Territory are under direct threat from militias operating from Texas. In order to prevent the likely destruction of these garrisons, we can evacuate them to Fort Leavenworth with the help of the local Indian warrior Black Beaver. This will ensure their safety, although the rebels will surely capture Fort Cobbs and Washita and make the Indian tribes much more likely to side with the rebels. Alternatively, if we order the garrisons to maintain their position, we'll have a better chance to control the Indian territory and may be able to secure the help of some of the resident tribes. Note that if you order the garrisons to remain, it will not be possible to move them until the Indian tribes have joined the war, and they will require reinforcements to hold for any length of time afterward. Would you like to order the evacuation of the Indian territory forts? Now let's take a look. The main question is there something worth fighting for here? There is the cement mine, which is huge, but it's also Missouri, which will join us. Hopefully. Now let's take a look at notes. The garrisons of the Indian Territory consists of 2 regiment units, which is, if not evacuated, will appear in Fort Gibson and Fort Washita. Fort Cobb, Fort Washita, Fort Gibson. Zero MPPs, 0 MPPs. Saying yes to this decision will instead result in these 2 regiments deploying in Fort Leavenworth in early May, where they will be well positioned for use in Missouri and Arkansas upon receiving reinforcements. 2 regiments. Those are what? Regiments, so they suck. Those are brigades, and we don't have any divisions yet. If you say no, all 5 Indian tribes will move 5 to 10% towards the Union. Note that from July 1861, Indian tribes will begin drifting towards whatever side they favor at that time. Historically, the Indian territory tribes were abandoned on April 17th, and all 5 Indian tribes had sided with the Confederacy before the end of the year. So the question here is what comes with the tribes as they join? I have no idea. The decision event says nothing. I guess the 5 tribes are those to the south, I think, because, well, we cannot enter diplomacy tab, so I don't know. Maybe it's this one as well. Who knows? Maybe they will bring some units to us. No. It's kind of what I'm thinking about here. Those mines should start working for us soon. Maybe some of those here. I don't know. I'm not willing to give up on that. That's interesting location. So, another one time, we are not going to leave them. Indian territory garrison successfully repulsed Confederate militia. So we need to reinforce those as well. Now, as we can see, the difference now in this game is that we cannot deploy the units outside of major cities. So we cannot deploy them in towns, but only on the cities, and probably major cities like capital of Washington. Baltimore is also a major city. So major cities give you also as much as mines. Now that's nice. We start with 200 MPPs. How is the research? Wow. Okay. 4000 MPPs, which is 1200 more than the Confederates have. So obviously I want to invest into research as fast as possible. What do we have here? Naval tactics, spying and intelligence, logistics and industrial tech. I would love to invest one into those, but it's either core or spying and intelligence right now. Now, because we said no to that, the Missouri will join us with its units. Hopefully they will actually have some. How can we reinforce you? Okay. Cavalry replicate. If we cannot reinforce you. You are... Okay, we have a rail move. How much does it cost? 52. Because I'm looking at that and it seems like a liability to me. So what were the commie cities? Okay. So we definitely need to deploy units around Washington. But I do not see any HQs in here. So we could use my dude here. In the area here. Speaking of him, let's put him to... Wow! They all suck! Jesus Christ. No way that is the case. Oh my freaking god. So, as I recall, It's cap at level 3, which means they will be at 7, which is not good at all. Oh well. That city is open. Yeah, it is. I want to see all of my units available here. Now, is this unit at the threat of losing now? Omaha, Topeka, 68, 70, 68, 70. So it will deploy here. $65, $40, $54. We don't have anything in here, so that's kind of pointless. No railway connection as well. And we've got here Topeka. Okay. No partisans? Let's take a look. Are there partisans in this game? They are. But those are mine. So it's irrelevant as of now. Those cannot be reinforced, which just is insane. War maps, convoy map, let's take a look. Yeah. What's this convoy route? From where? Chilean. Nice. Haiti can also give us something. Do you have something of value, my dear? No. Capital 5. 1, 2. Let's see whether they are all actually towns, not settlements. 2, 3, 4. 5. 6, 7, 8. So it's 10 and 8, 20 MVPs. So they will slowly move toward us unless the diplomatic efforts were made. And the rest we cannot do much about, don't we? So they will still join. I thought they would be pro-union now, but they are not. Let's take a look at the reports. 12. So forts do not seem to be included here. Yeah, those are forts. Only research, okay. How many MVPs did I make? 600. So we probably will receive along the same numbers. Now, I'm wondering whether I invest into core or Spang and intelligence, but I think it's very important. So I will do that. Now, I want to move my ships. So you cannot be reinforced, it seems. So what's that? 142. 156. One 120. That doesn't make any sense. New Jersey. I could use those mines. Do we invade Canada? They moved toward Udon, so I'm not sure what happened here. Maybe some of them will stick to us. I'm counting on you, Kentucky, Guatemala, and Honduras. Haiti. So the French should deploy, well, Haiti is free, of course. Wonder where the French units deploy. Because you can buy them after all, right? As Confederacy. Actually, can Mexico buy? What do we have? Well, what's the tech for the Mexico? We need to invest into tech. Not the same case with the Confederate major powers. And their units suck. Got only brigades, it's just so bad. What tech do we have? Man, I really wish I could see the... Oh yeah! Here it comes. Industrial modifier 50%, 80%. They are starting at 0, which means they don't get any MPPs whatsoever. And we should have a nice income here, yeah. Nice resources. A lot of cities, although those are most of them look like settlements, unfortunately. Actually, as of yet, every single one is a settlement. No, towns at 0 MPPs, okay. So they seem to be work like Romania. So only major locations like towns. Will give us MPPs. So their income might not be that great, unfortunately. Look at them. Nice. But anyway, let's start moving. So, what do we do? Can we go to the river with those gunboat? Seems to be the case. Now, let's take a look at properties. So they are good against forts and not good against anything else. I mean, why not? It costs them more than it costs me, I hope. So can we block any of these convoy routes? They blockade Norfolk. I mean, but do we really need to? Let's bring you up here. What are you good against? Also forts. So, seems like a raider to me. The convoys are not active as of yet, so probably most of their income, I mean Confederates income, comes from trade, I would suggest. Now we'll move you to port. Okay, so supply at 10, so it's not working like in the other games where the supply is capped at 12 as of now. Unless it was changed, because the last time I've played strategic command game was actually a long time ago. So I want to stick to 10 supply. Locations. So that's 2 ships. And the third that I moved, and the fourth. But it had shown me that I have 5 ships, so maybe I've got some gunboat in here. Oh no, I saw something in here. The guy at the Great Lakes. Okay, what do we do with you? I mean gunboat. Can go to the lake. There is nothing in here. I mean, if we have to use him here, then we've probably already lost. Can we transfer you from here somewhere? A raider. More action points. But it can enter lakes, so maybe we can leave. Okay, I mean we can as well try. No? And if I'm wrong, then so be it. After all, I don't know what this game is about. 9. So it does not seem that these guys are affected. Well, next turn will be the deciding factor, whether they are affected like the garrisons in other games. So they are treated as they have full health, not half of 10, in regards to their morale. At least it seems so to be the case. It may not be, but we'll see about that. So I think we want to secure this position. I want to invest into research as much as I can. Now let's take a look at production and Q. 61. So those are my units as of right now. We've got an HQ in 63, so it doesn't count. Another brigade. HQ in August. So we don't, as of now, we don't have an HQ banks free till May. Where? So we could be deploying him instead of Faramount there. Okay. Let's see how much does it cost to actually move him. We cannot do it at this turn anyway. Okay. I mean, we are literally not at war with those guys. Tennessee is our enemy. Because Kentucky is meant to join us as well. Let's reinforce you. Can we dig in? No. You're actually in the city, so we don't know. Probably not. I mean, it seems like we can only deploy him here, so might as well. But if those guys would like to secure a white front, probably you can take care of some of those cities now. What are the locations that are threatened? West Virginia. Will they come through here? They might. But I think I want to move as many units as I can in this direction initially. So I will actually rail move you. We can't because the railway is gone. But if I railway him here, I can take this town. And, well, they cannot really attack through the mountains, so I think I like it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And, hey, a mine is here, you know. We need HQ. And what else do we do? Missouri is ours. So I think, at least, I hope it is. So we should definitely push to the south. I mean, Kansas will not join them, right? I don't know. Let's go slowly. No, we don't need you here, I think. And we probably don't need you. Well, it's close to Tennessee, so I will leave you there. Anyone else? No. Forts, forts, forts. I hate that map. Did I say that? Okay, I guess we're done with the first turn. But I guess we'll go for another. Let's take a look. Actually, it's been almost 40 minutes. Mostly due to the decision events. So I guess that will be it for the very first turn, folks. It will take some time to get used to this game. Let's move it here. And we are going for the next turn next time. So thank you for watching as we continue to fight to the last bullet against the Confederates. The coming city await us. Look at that. Even here they know already what's going to happen. We're going to take those boys at some stage, hopefully. Monty, New Orleans, and Atlanta. All the commies. I can push through. Tennessee, it seems. So where, actually, before we end, I wonder where are the fighting spirit objectives that are worthwhile. We could probably create a second front in here to push from both sides. That's not Tennessee. So that east, then Tennessee route, and here Memphis, Mississippi. It sounds like a bit of a stretch. And here, I mean, we'll see, we'll see. Thank you for watching, because it took too long, and I will see you next time.